I wanted to go a little bit off-grid to liberate the circulation of the 90-degree grid so that the movement probably would be more anthropomorphic, a bit more less calculated, and I thought that was something that would make you appreciate the house long term. I've always marveled at the Pantheon, that building in Rome, that has the original oculus, because I love the way light penetrated the oculus and how the projection of the sun throughout the building and everything, and it's like a clock, and when it rained, it just rained straight down and created a circular wet spot, in the center of the building. I thought that the Philippines would be the proper climate to have such a building because it's a good way for the heat to escape. And we don't get winters and everything, so it was a good a way to passively cool a building, but it's difficult to find a client that will let you do it. So I was lucky with this house, and I was able to finally have it materialize. I don't usually have a design process. I usually come up with ideas serendipitously. It's never the same source. After I get a project, I tend to incubate all the information. Absorb first, and have it incubate, and somewhere along the way, there'll be an intellectual reaction to it, and I try to document that. I knew that the family wanted something exciting, and are very analytical in the way they go about things, so I wanted to reflect that in the house. I tried to use materials that have its own color, and devoid of paint. The way the material honestly appears, and it's usually a little bit more subdued. Therefore, if you bring in artwork or anything, it's the artwork that becomes the feature of the house. It also has a much more graceful aging process than, let's say, something that's applied. I have a lot of respect for nature, for like wood, stone. I always feel like there's a lot of history there. I wanted to have a continuous sense of discovery, and that's why we're off that 90-degree grid, because with the way the world is put together, it's usually 90 degrees, and you can pretty much walk around the house blindfolded. I wanted to get liberated from that, so that when the user walks around the house, it's like walking through a forest. When I designed this house for the owners, I wanted to provide them a lot of outdoor spaces, but within the comfort of their urban environment. The plan of the house is based on an equilateral triangle grid, and it's also in an area that's close to the equator, so wherein cooling would have been one of my challenges. Designing off the 90-degree grid has its repercussions, wherein I get lost in my own plans, and it just makes for a very interesting set of experiences, even if you're walking around the same space over and over again. I don't suggest that all houses be designed off the 90-degree grid, which would make this house a lot less significant, but it definitely is a bountiful source of experiences.